Children, let's continue with the verbs chapter. We have already learned that verbs have three forms. Verbs have three forms, that is present, past and past participle. Present, past and past participle. Right? But you can also say verbs can be written in five forms. Five forms. Now, what are the five forms? First is infinitive. Now, these are the basics which you have to learn. Infinitives, present, past, past participle, and ing form. Please note it down. Two plus verbs are infinitives. Present is the base form of the verb like cook. Okay, and cooks. You can write S form also. Right? Then past, that could be cooked. Past participle is also cooked. And the cooking. Now, according to the subject, you can use this word cook or cooks. Right? So, this is how you can divide the verbs into, you can write the verbs into five forms. Next is, children, transitive and intransitive verbs. This we have to learn it. Transitive verbs and intransitive. Now, what are transitive verbs? Now, transitive verbs take an object. All transitive verbs take an object. For example, you know that verbs are the action words. So, take an example of the horse kicked a man. So, I'm writing quickly. My handwriting must not be that good. Please note it down. This is subject, this is verb, and this is object. So, we have an immediate object after a verb. Hence, this verb is called transitive. Right? Then, sometimes the sentences are, the book is kept on the table. Now, first you underline the verb. This is the verb, right? Now, this is the object, you can say. This is verb and this is the object. But in between verb and object, we have a preposition. What do we have? Preposition. Hence, you don't have a direct object to this. So, this verb is called intransitive verb. This verb is intransitive verb. This verb is not transitive. It is intransitive because it does not take a direct object. So, you write down, intransitive verbs do not take direct object. Verbs do not take a direct object. Remember it, first part, transitive verbs, transitive and intransitive. This is transitive, intransitive, first part transitive, and this is example of intransitive. Right? So, intransitive verbs do not take a direct object. Now, let's discuss the third point we're going to discuss over here is what is direct object and what is indirect object. Okay. Now, children, in a sentence you may have two objects. Right? For example, the teacher gave me a prize. Right? To find out a direct object, you have to question the teacher gave what. Okay? So, just question the teacher gave what. Question yourself. So, what answer you're getting? A prize. So, a prize is a direct object. Clear? Then, next part to find out, this is direct object. Now, the teacher gave, the next is the teacher gave a prize to whom? Now, when you question to whom, what answer do you get? Me. So, me becomes indirect object. Please note it down. So children, we have covered this part, direct object and indirect object, and here it is shown that how the verbs are used transitively and intransitively. Okay, now these verbs have direct object and these words do not have direct object. This is not an object, this is adverb. Okay, so it doesn't have an object. Some verbs do not have an object, right? So intransitive verbs, either they do not have a direct object. Just keep it in mind, they do not have a direct object. They do not take any object. Then children, there is another term which is cognate object. What is cognate object? I tell you what is cognate object. Now cognate objects are those which express, these are verbs, these are verbs that express the verbs and objects. You can say verbs and objects that express a similar idea. That express similar ideas. You can just omit this verbs and objects that express similar ideas. We take this example in the book. I ran a good race. Can you see it? This word ran and race, they express a similar idea. So hence this word race is a cognate object. Okay, so you can just take another example. I dreamt a beautiful dream. Dreamt and dream are the cognate. This is verb and this is object. Please underline in your book. And children, come to this page number. My page number might be different from yours. You just check it out. This is how the verbs are used emphatically and how the words are used reflexively, right? Now in this following verb pattern, subject and object both are refer to the same person. Now being frustrated, the man killed himself. The man killed himself. So when the pronoun comes after a verb, it is used reflexively. The verb is said to be used reflexively because it refers to the same person, right? So over here it's mentioned sometimes a verb is used reflexively, but it remains intransitive as the object is not expressed, right? Now you can just go through this. Next is verbs of incomplete predication. Now you can just go through these two sentences. I slept. I slept on a bed. Now this word slept has no object, hence it makes a complete sense. It gives a complete meaning, right? So, but in the second, I slept on a bed. Now these words on a bed. These words on a bed are added, extra words added to this verb slept, right? So both the verbs are intransitive verbs, right? But in this sentences, you can see the earth is. The earth is what? If you do not add the words, these words to these sentences, okay, they do not make a complete sense. So these verbs are incomplete. These verbs are incomplete without a complement. These words are called complement. Okay. Now is, seems, stays, becomes. Now these verbs are inactive verbs. These verbs do not show any action, right? They are all incomplete without a complement. So therefore these verbs are called verbs of incomplete predication. Okay, they need a complement to complete their sense. So the earth is round. Arun seems sad. Honey tastes sweet. He becomes a minister. So all these verbs need a complement. Clear? This is a list of verbs of such verbs which are incomplete, which are verbs of incomplete predication. You can note down. And this complement can be noun, pronoun, adjective. Just go through these examples. Hari is a doctor. This word is a noun. Okay. This book is mine. So how to check the verbs of incomplete predication? So these words are, so you can see the words complements used over here. They can be noun, pronoun, adjective, prepositional phrase, infinitive, present participle, past participle, etc. See, now there's a term called subjective complement in the chapter. What is subjective complement? The words which, okay, this subjective complement can be these, noun, pronoun and all. So when it refers to the subject, when a complement refers to a subject, it is called subjective complement. Okay, and come to the next page. Now take these examples. The teacher appointed Mohit monitor. Now these verbs are transitive verbs. Okay. Now we have learned that transitive verbs already have objects, but certain transitive verbs require beside the object some complements to complete their predication. That means they need extra word to make a meaningful sense. The teacher appointed Mohit. If you write this much, doesn't make a sense. Okay, but if we add monitor over here, it gives a complete meaning to a sentence. Therefore, again, this is the subject, this is verb, this is object. Now this is a complement added to the object. So when the complement is added to object, it is called objective complement. So please go through this chapter and learn it once again. Transitive or intransitive. First you have to identify whether the verbs are transitive or intransitive. Name the object of each transitive verb. If a verb is transitive, then you have to name the object, right? And the complement of each verb of incomplete predication. If the verbs of incomplete predication is there, then you have to check the complement. Is it clear? The question is clear to you? Children, I'll give you 2 minutes time. Just go through 1 to 10 sentences and try to solve it on your own. I'll wait for you and let me see how many of you can solve it, and you can cross check with my answers. Come on, solve it on your own. Clear? Now children, solve it. Hope you have solved it or not. The boy stood on the burning deck. What is the verb over here? Stood. So this doesn't have an object. It becomes intransitive verb. Should becomes intransitive. Subir has fallen sick. Now Subir has, if we just hide this part, sick, if you just hide this sick, doesn't make sense. So has fallen becomes verb of incomplete predication, and this C is for complement. Children, the circle, this is a complement added to it. Has fallen what? So it's sick is a complement. The water is very cold. The water is verb of incomplete predication. Cold becomes very cold becomes complement. Clear? The man saw the accident with his own eyes. Saw is verb. Okay, accident is object. Over here, therefore, this is transitive verb and object is accident. Clear? The baby fell asleep. Now baby fell. Fell is a like you can either write transitive verb intransitive, because this is not an object. Okay, but then if the other way you see, the baby fell, what? Doesn't make complete sense. So this is verb of incomplete predication with asleep as complement. They are what? So are is verb of incomplete predication and this is complement. The rumor seems. Now this is not active verb. So therefore seem is verb of incomplete predication and this true is complement. He did not tell the truth. He did not tell. So this up till tell becomes verb, right? And what is the truth becomes transitive verb. This is object with transitive verb. They made her queen. Made is transitive verb because there are two objects here, right? These two are objects. Similarly, the boys hide their faults. Hide is a verb. Okay, their faults becomes object. So this is transitive verb. He is hiding behind the tree. He is hiding. So we don't have a direct object over here. So this is hiding is intransitive, right? We patiently waited at the station. We patiently waited. Waited is the verb at the station. So this becomes We patiently waited. So at the station is a phrase added to it. So this is verb of incomplete predication, but we cannot call it verb of incomplete. Waiting is also the active, no? So you can just write we patiently waited at the station. You can write either intransitive of verb of incomplete predication with a complement, a phrase at the station. Right? The bird flew down and took away the cheese. Flew down. Down is, this flew over here is intransitive. Flew is intransitive. Intransitive. Right? And took away. This becomes verb, transitive verb, and this becomes object. Clear? Our children like sweets. Like is, our children like. If you read without sweets, doesn't make sense. So this is verb of incomplete predication with sweets is a complement. Sweets is a complement. All the verb of VIP refers to verb of incomplete predication. Remember, and C refers to complement. The peon rang the bell. Now this is subject, verb, object. So this is verb is transitive verb. And this is object. Clear? This is the verb rang. The bell rang after the first period. Rang is verb, but this is intransitive verb because it doesn't have a direct object. Every transitive verb should have a direct object, but over here we have a preposition in between. So this is not an object. Sarita sang a beautiful song. So sang is a verb and this is transitive verb with song as an object. They sang beautiful. Adjective doesn't matter. No, beautiful song becomes object. They sang well in the function. Sang is intransitive verb over here. Why it is intransitive? Because it doesn't have a object. Who has broken the window? Now over here, what is the who has broken the window? Okay, who has broken? So this verb is transitive, right? The windows broke in the arm. Now this broke is intransitive. She called her servant. Now called is transitive verb with an object, two objects over here, right? Transitive verb. So this is object, this is object. Her parents named her Pushpa. Named is transitive verb with object, two objects, right? He painted the box red. Painted is verb. The box is again object, so it is transitive verb. You look sad. Look is, this is verb of incomplete predication, okay, with complement sad. Right? The milk turned sour. This is verb. There is no object over here. Sour is not an object. So here the milk turned what? So you can take it verb of incomplete predication with this complement sour. Okay. So now children, this is rewrite the sentences putting the direct objects before the indirect object. Rewrite the sentences putting the direct objects before the indirect objects. Now, Sumitra lent me her necklace. Now, lent me what? Lent me her necklace. So, this is direct object. So, you have to rewrite the sentence. And this is indirect. Lent to whom is me. So, you're going to write like this. Sumitra lent her necklace. You can write Sumitra lent her necklace to me. This is how you're going to write down in rest all sentences. You're going to solve it on your own. I'll solve this one also for you. The principal granted us leave. The principal granted what? Leave. Okay. So how will you? This is leave is direct object. So you have to put direct object before indirect object. This is indirect object. So how will you write? The principal granted leave to us. Clear? You have to rewrite the sentence. So I hope you're going to solve this on your own. We solve it and it will be a practice to you. Clear? Next, come to this. Rewrite the sentences putting the indirect objects before the direct object. Now, Zaman told a secret to me. Okay. Zaman told what? A secret. This is, so you have to write Zaman, you have to write the other way around. Zaman told me a secret. So these transformations, children, you have to learn that how you transform one sentence to another. How can one sentence be written, right, in the other way? So this is what we are going to learn in 8th standard, and make it a habit and practice more and more. Now I'll do the second one also. Ramadin's father left a huge property for his son. Ramadin's father left, just write over here. There's no space to write. You can write Ramadin's father left his son a huge property. So what you have to do? You have to put the indirect object before the direct object. This is direct object. Take it the other way at the back, and you have to put the indirect object in front. Ramadin's father left his son a huge property. Clear? This is how you're going to solve the rest all exercises. And please read the chapter and solve these exercises on your own. Call a doctor for me. Okay, how will you write? Call a doctor for me. Call me. Call. You can write down. Call a doctor for me. Call me a doctor. Clear? Rest, I hope you can do on your own. Smoking does great harm to one's health. Smoking does one's health a great harm. Smoking does one's health a great harm. I'm underlining this. You're going to write this way. Smoking does one's health a great harm. They promised their help to us. They promised us their help. Their help. Now children, I've left this for you to do on your own. Rest you can complete this on your own.